It is said that every gentleman needs a space to unwind and relax. The Rand Club, built in 1904, was such a place. Now being one of Joburg's historical buildings, the Rand Club invites every Joburger, including women too, to utilize its phenomenal space. So, Brian, how important is the Rand Club in Johannesburg today?
I think the Rand Club is an important institution. It's important because it's got an incredible history. So the club's been here since 1 year after Johannesburg was founded. So it was established in 1887. Joburg was established in 1886. So it really is a very important part of the history of Johannesburg. And additional to that, obviously, it's this really beautiful building. So I think in a city where we've got a lot of contemporary buildings and slightly questionable contemporary buildings, it's amazing to still have a club that functions in a beautiful clubhouse like the Rand Club.
So let's take a step back, take us way back in time and tell us why the Rand Club was established in the first place.
Where we're sitting now is basically in the middle of the largest gold field in the world. So there was this huge, very wealthy gold field. There were all these mining magnates. A lot of them had come out from England. And in England, there was this idea that a gentleman had to have a club. So your club was like your home away from home. And obviously, you're sitting on this dusty gold field, and it's kind of a little bit rough, and you need a little bit of England that comes back to Joburg with you. So they decided to form a club, and they based the Rand Club on the Reform Club in London, which is this like crazy posh club. If you've watched Around the World in 80 Days, it's the place where Phileas Fogg and all of his friends meet. So Rand Club was based on that Reform Club.
So what is the next step? What's the future plans for Rand Club?
The future plans it's always an interesting question. I think the club has had a slightly tumultuous time in the last sort of 18 to 20 months. It's tried to adapt. I think, if you look prior to 1994, only men were allowed to be members, and they'd have to be white, and there's a story that they couldn't be Jewish. It's a much more inclusive club today. So if you look right behind where we're sitting, there's a picture of Nelson Mandela, who was a member of the club. Thabo Mbeki is also a member of the club. And I think there's been quite a concerted drive to try to make the club more inclusive and to try to make it more relevant to contemporary South Africa. So the hope really is that this will continue as a social club, but it will become a meeting place not just for captains of industry or sort of WASPs, but a meeting place for an interesting strata of contemporary South African society. So, people all the way from the Mandelas or the Mbekis, Tokyo Sekwale is also a member, all the way through to kind of like the old mining families, like the Oppenheimers, and then younger, sort of more interesting young people as well. So there are actually quite a number of young people who've joined the club, and from all sorts of walks of life. So young entrepreneurs, architects, doctors, a couple of people in banking. So it's still a good place to meet new people and to socialize and to do interesting things. So I think the concerted effort, and perhaps it's something that needs to be explored in more detail, is really to try to become more relevant and more exciting and more accessible to young South Africans, and particularly young South Africans from all stratas. So you're not just looking at the traditional white male membership, it's starting to look at young black members as well, and how to appeal to young black members, because obviously to stay relevant in South Africa, you have to appeal to everyone. You can't, and I mean it's really what South Africa is about today, not trying to only reach out to one group of people. So really the concerted effort now is to encourage young black and even female members to join the club. And I think they're quite open to ideas and to finding out what appeals to all sorts of younger people. So the club is, they're very open to ideas of what people would like to see happening in the space and what will draw them into the space. So it's really an open dialogue, and I think that's what makes the future more exciting and more dynamic, is to actually be able to see what people want to do and to do new and exciting things that appeal to them.
1904, I wouldn't have been able to walk here. Do you want to know why? Because I'm at the Rand Club, which was once a gentleman's club only. But today, it is open to everybody. This includes females as well, bringing every Joburger to come right here and utilize this beautiful historic building.
Since 1994, it's been open to female members. Before that, it was it was forbidden. I think women were not allowed in the club unless they were accompanied by a male member. And in fact, the story is that when Princess Elizabeth, who's now Queen Elizabeth, was in South Africa in 1948, when she visited the club, she wasn't allowed up the central staircase. So it's definitely a very different club than what it was at that stage.
Corner Love Day and Fox stands a gentleman's club that invites everyone to come have that piece of cake right here at Rand Club. I'm Lebogang Makutu for Joburg Today.